Hi everybody, this is Constance with Charming Custom Crafts, and I have a little bit of a special surprise craft for somebody who's going to be watching this video. This is actually his belated birthday present for my mom's boyfriend, and I've been wanting to do an exploding box for a while, and there was a couple of ones that I saw on YouTube that would fit, but I kind of took the extra steps. I kind of took their ideas and I kind of took it to the extreme. So here it is. This is my exploding box. You got it. Let me see if I can pull that back so that you can see a little bit better. Okay, so it's not going to go a little bit better farther back. But this is an exploding box. You have seen someone on YouTube and where they put the top on, but they didn't put shingles on. It didn't look right to me. It had a loft, but it was open, but this one I closed. It's closed on both sides so that you can see that. Not the greatest, it's not exactly easy. Sorry. So I did not put a weather vane on like the others, but because I didn't think that it really does go with a barn. It's usually done on the farmhouse. So let me go into explaining. If you can see, we'll go into the loft first. If you look in the loft, there is hay. I did take that from the other video, and I did a cutout and I did a three-dimensional rooster up in there. And then the barn doors, and I made these solid so that they're there. They're solid. They're stuck on them, so it keeps the stability of the roof. And then I put the person who's getting this, his initials on a sign. And it does have barn doors. There's a little piggy with a little wire tail, little squiggly tail, and it's, I don't know if you can see it, is three-dimensional. And I used brads for the handles. And there's a little sheep and a little duck. And if you open up the barn doors, there are some, ooh, don't want to make this fall, some duckies. This is Quack. See if I pull that up. I don't know if it'll focus or not, but you can see it. So I'm going to close that. And here is the side, the right side, and you can see a horse that's eating. A lot of the ones I saw had picket fences around it, which didn't make any sense to me because they don't have picket fences around barns. And usually they're at the front of the house, and usually if they have anything, it's a railing fence. And it's farther back. So I went with something a little bit more realistic. And I used some stickers that was a good proportion to the barn. And that one's eating. And on, oh, this is trim. And on a real barn, you'll see a lot of trim around the corners and around the edges. I did not put a window in, which I wanted to, and I just decided it would kill from the stability of the barn and this exploding box. So here's the back. And there's two horses with some hay back here galloping around, and there's some corn stalks. And then on the side, can't have a farm without a cow, and with some hay. So yeah, if you guys are ready, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can do this. Okay, you ready? I know you guys are. Dun, da, da. Okay, so this is just the box top, and I've seen a lot that has done it with 4-inch, and with the sides, it kind of, with the trim here, it kind of protects it. And here is the exploding box, and I wanted to make sure it didn't just straight fall. So it's I'm going to take this camera off here so you guys can see a little better. I can get a little closer. Okay. And if you can see, I did take a lot of what they did, but I put photo corners in each one so he can put 4 of his favorite birthday pictures in here. So it says happy 69th birthday, George. And behind each one is an animal, and I spring-loaded them. This one my husband chose. It's a goat. And I make all my springs. I don't buy Action wah bars because they're expensive and they're stupid, when you can make them for about 2 cents. Literally, I have a video on it to show you. And this one was my daughter's with the chick. And as you turn it around, my son chose a little doggy. And if you turn that around again, I chose a cute little piggy. So in each one of these, it couldn't be an exploding box without something else in it. But I'm going to get to the middle of it first. I had a hard time finding the right tractor, and ended up using the one from Cars. And I'll probably put on here which cartridges I used. I know I used several on this one, but I was trying to figure out, because a lot of people are putting animals down in there, and it wasn't proportional. And I know that these aren't, but these are also hidden behind, so that they're a different layer, so it don't count. But I wanted to make the one layer to it. Now, my mom's boyfriend has an issue with getting the tractor in a lot of dirt and making a lot of muddy mess, so I made a muddy trail. And I put it just to that side because this is a wall, though, you know, it does should go on out. I might go on out down on it. But I tried to make him, and I used 2 little foamies, and I ended up using marker on some and paint on the other, and I made a spring for it. And he's always, my mom's always complaining because he drags in mud. So here's his little mud trail getting off the tractor, and of course the tractor has mud. And if you're curious of how I did that, I use this foam that comes around, I don't know, electronics, and I cut it to fit, and then I put glue dots with some paper on top of it to kind of cover it as best I could. But you can see it's stuck in the mud, so it's kind of funny, kind of makes me laugh. And then to give it a little extra punch, I put a little birdie on it that looks like it's flying around on another spring. And I was able to, I got so excited, I got my new Cricut. I got the bigger one, and I was able to use the flip button, and I love it. So that's the reason how I got the 3-dimensional tractor tipping from Cars, the movie. So he'll have to go out tractor tipping instead of cow tipping now, which he's famous for tipping his tractor, so that's the one from Cars. But yeah, you'll see that the bird is different on both sides, and that's because I couldn't get a matching sticker, but this was as close as I can get. And it's kind of 3-dimensional. But I wanted to show you that each one of these has, yes, it has the photo corner so he can put pictures. And again, a lot of people when they make it, they make them 3 inches. I made this 4 inches because it made more sense, especially if you're going to use it for many different things or just not knowing exactly what you're going to do. I would go with 4 inches, and you need a 12-inch square, and you just score it at every 3, so every 4, so that you get 3 boxes. And then you're going to reduce the size as you go in a little bit up at the sides here. But the outside is 4 inches, and then I just reduced it down on the sides and at the top when I was putting it together. And this is double layer. One's white, one's green. But I just did photo tags, and each one of them says something different. And then there'll be a personal greeting. But I was requested to put on bunnies somewhere on it because they're getting bunnies to go with their chickens and their other animals. So I put little bunnies on each photo tag, and this one's for me, and I will have a personal greeting on that one. This one is from my son, and he'll put a personal greeting on this, and has a little brown bunny. Super cute. And then this one's from my daughter. And it says best wishes, and then she'll have a personal greeting, but she's got a white little bunny. And then this one's from my husband, and it says celebrate, and it's got a brown bunny. But this is my mom's boyfriend's birthday present, and I want to show you real quick inside the barn. And I put a lot of spray in there to hold it together, so it looks like cobwebs, which is cool. But there you go. This is my exploding box as a birthday present for my mom's boyfriend, George. I hope you like it, and George, I hope you do, and I will get it out to you as soon as possible, and I'm sorry that I didn't get it in time for your birthday. But feel free to follow me on Facebook at Charming Custom Crafts, 3 different words. Thanks, guys.